Joseph Njoroge Maina gave up the chalk for the paintbrush. Maina, a teacher who trained and majored in CRE, which is Christian Religious Education and History, was previously employed by the government, but he resigned to teach art full-time in a private school. With schools closed in time of the pandemic, Maina has devised a survival strategy using art. Dorcas Wangira tells us more.
With a paintbrush in his hand and effortless yet precise stroking, Joseph Njuguna paints the spirit and soul of what he sees.
If we continue to behave
blue,
normally,
white and red hues on a canvas bring to life the portrait of a cabinet secretary steering the country in the wake of a global pandemic. Once it is complete, he frames it and places it next to another portrait of Health CAS, Dr. Masi Mwangangi. Njuguna's art imitates life. He then observes a photograph of the deputy president to master every feature. With his pencil, he intricately begins to sketch. The freehand drawing is not the finished work. He keeps referring to the photo to recreate a near-perfect sketch, to record what he sees. The finer details, the contours of his face, the wrinkles of age, all of them must be brought to life in the final portrait. In the end, he will sell them. But at the time of the pandemic, selling them is not that simple.
Bei ya hizi materials za kuchora inakuwa juu. Alafu pia Mwafrika ama Mkenya ama Mwafrika in general haja appreciate art sana. Unaweza chora mtu labda umsurprise, lakini unapata wewe umejisurprise. Huyo mtu unamtumia hata hawezi comment. Wengine tunawachoranga ili labda waweze kununua tupate kitu, lakini hata huwa hawarespond. Inakuwa changamoto. It demoralizes.
But to understand Njuguna's journey, we must first go to his backstory. His art is steeped in passion. He only studied art and craft in his primary school years in Standard 5 before it was scrapped from the primary school curriculum.
It was the most enjoyable lesson yenye ningesoma that time, lakini ikakuja kuondolewa. Kama ningeendelea nayo, I believe ningekuwa mbali kuliko hapa.
He was later trained as a teacher, graduating in 2015 from the University of Nairobi with a bachelor's degree in education with a major in CRE and history.
Pata kazi shule iko Nyeri, inaitwa South Teto Girls. Nikafanya hapo miaka miwili. Kutoka hapo nikaenda shule inaitwa Ituro High School, iko katika Gatondo, Kiambu County. Niliajiriwa huko na Teacher Service Commission.
But like most gifted artists pursuing another trade or profession, there was always an inner conflict raging within him.
Ile talanta ikaanza kucompete na walimu wangu wa historia na dini. Na hadi nikajipata naanza vilabu vya art ama sanaa kusaidia wanafunzi kuchora. Na ikafika mahali nikasikia ni kama talanta iko na uzito mwingi kuliko kufunza historia na dini.
In the end, art won. In 2018, he chose to give up teaching in a public school to pursue teaching art full-time at the Riara group of schools. It would also give him the platform to paint more, master the art, and teach other students what he knew.
Talanta yako itumie na utafaulu. Wewe kama na hiyo talanta ya uchoraji na labda hauna mtu wa kufanya mentorship, tutafute.
But with schools closed, he cannot teach anymore. So now he has fallen back on what he loves, painting for survival. In his Matangini estate, Juja Thika, one of his rooms is his workshop. In a day, he completes 3 to 4 portraits, more than what he does while working as a full-time teacher. The painting enables him to spend more quality time with his daughter, who seems to have inherited his love for art. He has been able to paint 30 paintings since school closed, selling each at 3,000 shillings.
The little that the employer is giving me, naongezea profits zangu. Hebu jiulize watoto wako wanafanya nini nyumbani? What are they doing? How are you keeping them busy? Are they keeping themselves busy with mambo yenye haiwezi leta faida kwao? Na labda huyo mtoto wako akaona talanta fulani na huhitaji kununua vitu vya bei kali.
Every now and then, in the words of Pablo Picasso, one of the world's greatest painters, one paints a picture that seems to have opened a door and serves as a stepping stone. Njuguna continues to paint, knowing that his brush strokes will open more doors for him. Dorcas Wangira, Citizen TV, Nairobi.